You think it's hard for a human being to run 5 miles? Well, imagine what it's like for these dogs to run 1,000 miles putting a person in a heavy sled. In this video, you'll learn about what it's like for the dogs and their training to make sure that they're ready for the Iditarod. And a little note, if the dogs do run off like that, the mushers will have to scratch from the race. As you can see, these mushers and their dogs travel on very different terrains because this looks like 2 feet of snow, which is pretty bad if they go over and their dogs fall in. That's not going to be good for the mushers.
They are everything to me in the wintertime. Making sure they don't get hurt is critically important to me. Okay, let's go, Eagle. Come on, boys. Boys. Okay, everybody low. Good job. Yay. Good boy. You guys are trail-breaking machines. Right up. Let's go, boys. Up. Yeah, let's go. Straight ahead. Let's go. Those 10 dogs ran with that snow machine home, and it was a good feeling to see my dogs in shape, hauling the snow machine home with no problems at all. Boys. I don't want to rely on that equipment anymore to do a good job. I'm going to use my dogs because they're reliable.
In this next video, it is about what happens when the dogs are left behind when they get hurt or injured.
It's an honor for them to take care of the dogs. They're very excited about it. It's a big thing every year for them.
And some people in this Iditarod think it's really sad when the dogs get left behind because just like the lady said, the dogs don't really like it because it's really different from them because they're used to being around with their little dog buddies, but they're not. In this video, you learn about what Dallas CV would put into his dog food. Like, sometimes he'll feed his dogs lamb fat and horse meat. And he'll also add different kinds of proteins to his food so that his dogs are energized and ready to go into the next checkpoint.
And then this pile here is just more of the same stuff, but this is what I'm sending to Nome. So once we arrive at the finish line, we'll have the beef and the chicken skins and a whole bag of dog food. We didn't quite go through the same effort to do all the little slices up there.
Next off is awards.
The awards of 2016.
GGCI Dorothy G. Page Halfway Award goes to Dallas CV. Dallas CV thanks the people around him.
This was an awesome section of the race for me. I was feeling pretty poor the first half of the race. I was very vigilant before the race started, and things started turning around for me. Was getting the 24-hour rest in Cripple. So that was definitely one of the highlights of the race. Get the cruise on out to Cripple and watch the dog.
won the Golden Harness Award. Dallas CV has a little speech about his dog.
There's a lot of joy about running the Iditarod and, more importantly, living the Iditarod lifestyle. Training sled dogs, spending all our time outside, spending all our money on dog food. You know, there's a lot of things that I enjoy about it, but when it comes right down to the nuts and bolts of it, what does a musher enjoy most? It's cruising down the trail with a team of dogs that have the same passion as the musher does. Be flying down the trail to see what's around the next corner. I've had the great privilege of running many sled dogs in my life, but I have never run a dog quite like Reese. This guy, there's no equal to him when it comes to the joy that he experiences to put a harness on, to lean into that harness, and run. It doesn't matter if it's 5 miles, so it'll be a little disappointing when it's over if it's only 5, or 1,000 miles. Leaving White Mountain, time to go. I knew we were going to have a bit of a race on our hands to the finish line. And I line out my impressive 6 dogs, I guess I had 7 dogs at that point. That little Reese up in front, and he stretches into that harness and starts kind of bumping the harness a little bit harder and harder as the checker was counting down. Pretty soon he's barking and whining, and finally pull the pin and down the trail he goes. This is what these dogs live for. There's nothing better for a musher than to watch their dogs do just that, and to be able to run with a dog that loves them much as these guys do. The Reese, he's 4 years old, won the Iditarod 3 times, and second Golden Harness Award. I don't know how I could be a more proud pet parent than this right now.
Nulato gets the Golden Clipboard Award for the Outstanding Checkpoint. One of the people from Nulato Checkpoint gives a little speech.
First, I want to talk a little bit about all the mushers that were in this race. You know, during our drivers' meeting on the 3rd of March, we talked about the word respect. I do appreciate respect for all involved. I think it's one of the best races I've had to officiate in a long time. So I do thank you for that very much. So we've got the Golden Clipboard Award. This is an award that's also put out by the IOFC. You know, all the checkpoints this year, I think, really stepped up through hard economic times. People are still out there to support the mushers that they dearly love. I think in the future we're going to even see more prestige on this award. I know I've got people calling already tonight saying if they've won the award. But this year I'd really like to thank Larry Belsa, who's my kind of key man in Nulato, and the village of Nulato, and the people of Nulato for supporting this race. Thank you very much.
Matt Baylor won the Musher's Choice Award. Matt Baylor thanks the people around him.
I don't really know what to say, but I'd just like to thank all the finishers for putting me in this position. I really appreciate the competitors and friends out there. There are a lot of stories and a lot of inspirational moments, and I'd like to accept this, but also acknowledge everyone else's inspirational moments. So, thank you.
Air Cargo Harvey Award goes to Ralph John Nenson. Ralph says a thank you and celebrates.
Thank you. This was great. Thank you.
Next up, Musher's Fashion.
From the dogs to the mushers, fashion takes a very important role. The pros of the booties, parkas, snowshoes, and boots from I am the with
We'll see you on the trail. I need some wind chill. It's so hot. Scout and me. We'll see you at the finish line. Oh yeah, we're ready to rock and roll. Here we go again.
experienced old dogs in this team, including me. Not too warm for the Parker right now, but that's all right.
Musher's dogs are often equipped with booties, a sock that protects the dog's feet as it pneumatic starts. The booty is tightly to inhibit a map. One booty costs $1.68 on average, up to a total of $8,000 for a team of 16 dogs.
Vandal, and he's 7, and then the one next to him, Willie, he's a black dog up there, and he's 3. Really nice leaders.
Two words you don't often find in the same sentence.
But one Alaskan musher has put them together in the same hashtag. KTVA 11 Sierra Stars tells us the story behind musher fashion. Lisbeth Norris can describe her style in 3 words. Warm, comfortable, cute. Hi, you're the bestest. Practicality is key in her line of work. A lot of my clothes need to be tough enough to stand up to the rigors of being outside and around my animals. The 27-year-old musher says out on the trail, her cold weather gear began to catch eyes. I get asked a lot of questions about what brands and systems I use out on the trail. To keep them informed, Norris shares her outfits on Instagram. Fashion bloggers was my inspiration for it. Each post is marked with the hashtag #MusherFashion. Musher fashion is my very favorite oxymoron. Like, I am aware of the fashion that is out there in the world. We're in Alaska, and I know what I do. Whether she's headed to yoga or out to feed the dogs, Norris is a fan of layers. Put this one on over that. If it was windy, I would maybe put this one on. Lots and lots of layers. And then I would put this big down jacket on. And then the parka. And then I would put the parka on. Yeah. So those are my grandparents right there in the painting. Mushing runs in Norris's family. This is the parka that I use when it's really cold. My mom made it for me. So Norris's closets are running out of space. It's a Norwegian brand. It's the same brand as that jacket. Like, I have a closet full of really nice gear, but I am, self-employed dog musher, and I've spent years collecting this stuff.